What's shaking, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of the Bacchanal Podcast, the fusion of hip-hop, video games, comics, movies, and nerd culture all rolled up into one spectacular show. Join me, K to the C, and Akil from the North Carolina. Beautiful, beautiful, underrated state. Each week as we discuss nerd culture while adding our Trinidadian Canadian spin on it. It's blurred news, like you never before. Akil, how you feeling?
Doing good, man. You lagged there for 2 seconds, but you good.
It's blurred news. Blurred news.
Like, blurred news. Like you turned into a blur when you said blurred news. I was like, oh shit. It's like I'm not woke enough for this. How's your week?
Back. Oh, my week is good. It's a little brisk outside still, but I'm still
cold.
Here. I'm good. I'm nice and comfy
you got some
right now.
frost on your beard.
That's wisdom and blessings. You know what I mean?
That's Canadian frost. That's that coldness, man.
That's a blessing right there to be older. I got that T. That
K to the C.
YouTube, what's popping, everybody? SoundCloud, what's popping? iTunes, all the other streaming services.
If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that bell.
Ding that mother bell, man.
Friend, tell a cousin. My porn stash is getting thicker. You see that?
Yeah, it's coming in. Why is it taking so long? I
don't know. Like my facial hair grows fast everywhere except my mustache.
This is 5 days.
It's been curling. I could curl it now.
Okay.
It'll be swashbuckling by December. My wife's like, "When you gonna shave?" I'm like, "Never." when this corona's over with, I'll get rid of it.
You should be like, mind your business, woman. Movember's coming. You guys got Movember up by you?
We have no shave November. That's about it.
Oh, okay, we call it Movember. I don't know.
What's the difference? What's Movember in Canada?
I don't know. They just call it for mustache November.
Ain't shaving nothing, man.
Same for the cancer, for the testicular cancer or the backside cancer. I don't know which one it is, but it's for one of those.
We just do it out of nastiness. Like you guys are doing it for a cause.
Yeah, to raise awareness. Oh Lord.
All right, what I've been up to?
What you been up to?
Tired, sleepy.
Me too.
I got a rant though. I'm not sure if they do this. You're in Canada. You guys have EB games. We have GameStop. Same thing.
Lord, the Huskies.
I was trying to buy a new game. I was trying to pick up Control Ultimate Edition.
Yeah. Because
that's the one that'll play on the PS5. The other one won't because they're scheming.
Bullshit.
Long story short, they sell the old one for $27. They sell the new one for $39. Of course, I was picking up the new one. So I pick it up. I was like, hey, I want a new copy. He gives me, it's an open box. He has a disc in the envelope. He pulls the disc out of the envelope, puts it back into the open box, and puts a sticker on it. I said, that's used.
It is used. They're trying some trickery.
He's like, no, it's never been used. It's new. I was like, you don't have the plastic on it. I was like, I know. He's like, I know it doesn't have the plastic, but it's still new because it hasn't been used. I was like, if I bring in the game and it's out of the plastic, you're going to count it as used.
Yeah.
So you're giving me a game, quote unquote, new, out of the plastic. The minute the plastic rips open,
bang. As soon as you peel off the underwear, it's yours. I'm just joking. But, man. Yeah, that's a dirty game they're playing right there. Man.
I don't know if I'm a nerd or I'm elitist, but I just like opening that plastic to know that it's real.
That's like buying a TV and not being able to peel the skin off the screen, or buying a phone. TV. Yeah, they done opened it up and did all that experience. They experienced that new feel, the new car smell, as they say. You know what I mean?
How do I not know that he didn't take that game home? He play
it out and then bring it in. Yeah,
bring it back
no. Yo, I used to try to trade games that weren't even open. They were still in the plastic.
They'd be like, we can't do that. We have to take these games.
They're like, yo, this is still considered used though. So I'll give you $7 for it. I'm like, buddy, you're selling it for full price right there. It's like, bro, it's still used. I'm like, no, it's not. Don't worry about how I got it, but it's not used.
so I took it, but I think I'm gonna return it tomorrow. Yeah, it didn't sit right with my soul, and I walked out. Like I felt like my ancestors looking down at me, like you done got swindled.
Yeah, you did. And there's so many games that are going to be falling from the video game gods just now that you're not going to have time to play that one game right now. You could wait till February for that, honestly.
Yeah, I'm going to wait on that. I'm going to wait on
that's going to go for $5. That's going to be on PlayStation Plus just now. Watch.
You're right. I'm going to hold out, man.
Yeah.
I just need some launch titles. All I have is Miles Morales, and they pushed back Devil May Cry. This is the bullshit they did. They're like,
also broke my heart.
You want to play the game launch day? Buy a digital copy. If you want a physical copy, you gotta wait a month later, December.
It's a mess.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. They pushed back Cyberpunk.
God, man. But I'm okay with that. You know why?
Why?
Because when Marvel came out, Marvel Avengers is a piece of shit, man. I'm sorry. I've been playing it. I'm like, y'all should have did the Cyberpunk route because the damn game is still broken. They keep patching it every week. It got to the point where they gave away free money. They're like, look, we're going to give you a free DLC close, and we're going to give you some credit, and we're going to make everything half off in our store. People still ain't playing it. People on Google Stadia, there's 10 players playing Marvel Avengers right now.
Jesus. Yeah, I didn't get it. I was like, I could get Marvel Alliance and just have every Marvel character I could ever think of in that game. It's the same type of vibe.
To it. Like, Iron Man could traverse by flying.
But there's not enough for him to do.
Black Widow has a grappling hook. You know what Captain America doing? I'm out here huffing it, man.
Track star.
I'm out here huffing it, trying to keep up with everybody else. Like,
oh man,
a motorcycle, something that could some type of vehicle that could teleport that I could jump on and keep up with my crew. Because they're like, all right, off to the next task. I'm huffing it again, Casey. I'm out here just double jumping and running.
That is not the game that the fans and the consumers wanted. That is the game that the investors wanted because they're seeing the popularity from the Destinies, from all these other games like that. This, like, Ghost of Tsushima's blueprint is like the perfect blueprint. You got to put those things out there without people even saying they wanted it, but they're excited to have it. Put out a full story, a full game with the maps that are customized to each of the characters so that, like, when you're doing something with the character, it's like you couldn't traverse that map without those characters working together in a story mode, get people into it, and then be like, you know what we got for you? Like in this version of the game too. You know what I'm saying?
The thing is,
put this out half-baked.
Their tagline was like, your Thor.
Tomb Raider.
They're like, your Thor wouldn't feel like my Thor. They all play the same. Like, even when you customize it and you do your specific build, they still play the same. Kate Bishop, they keep pushing back her release date.
Yeah.
Pushing back Hawkeye's release date. This game should have released with the standard characters, and then every month should have been a new person added to the roster leading up to Spider-Man in 2021, because they've been working on this game for over 5 years.
Should have been Kamala, story mode, Kamala, maybe Scarlet Witch. Don't even say anything about the Avengers. And then at the end of the game, that's when you see all of the Avengers are going to be part of it. And then slowly drop from January throughout a new Avenger in this game where you could buy new costumes, do all these things, because clearly they didn't have the game ready. Just make a story for Kamala.
That they're offering, people are mad. They're like, can we get MCU accurate costumes?
Nope.
Like, one guy's like, look, I'll pay for the MCU costume, like $5 or whatever, man. Just make them available. They have like 3 different costume options, and they just change the variations of the colors.
That's an insult, man. I was gonna wait for the PS5 to get that one on sale, but nah, I could wait till next year.
I want to trade it in, but I'm like, is it even worth anything right now for me to trade it in? I was like, I might just take that L, keep it.
Just keep
Spider-Man shows up.
I just keep it. I would just probably keep it because that's something to play.
I can see myself showing up there, and they're like, "You back? $9."
I'm excited to play games like God of War. Finish that off because I got a whole bunch of those bosses that are hiding around the place that I want to beat. So I'm excited to play a lot of different games. And then Cyberpunk was my big game that I was like, okay, I'm going to have this on the system and it's going to look nice and clean, load nice and fast. But that's not even coming on. So it's a real bummer. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Both these systems are kind of in a bad place for me right now. You know, like, what are we going to do?
Titles aren't even that good. And then with Halo, so many people have been like quitting the company. I think
today, it just happened.
I don't know what's going on over there, but they're like, fuck it, and they're just walking out of the job.
Yeah, it's like that does not seem promising to want to play that game when everybody's just running from it.
So the project director Chris Lee has officially left the game following previous departures by the creative director Tim Longo and lead producer Mary Olson. So they've lost 3 people working on the project. The game has been pushed back. all like when you buy the Xbox Series X, it's like a big picture of Master Chief, like, baby, you ready for Infinite? And you're just like, damn, I can't play that.
But the system's so dope though. Like, it looks great. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, the system looks great, but not the smaller system, but the regular.
No, I would never buy the.
Great.
I'll get the Series X, not the S.
Yeah, but it just doesn't have the game, and that's got to be some bullshit. When you buy the game, you see Master Chief on the box.
The box is mocking you.
Just look into the horizon, like, you ready to do this, son?
It reminds me of Terrence Howard in the first Iron Man, where he's like, "Next time, baby." When he looked at that Iron Man armor,
yeah,
shit never happened, man.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be playing a lot of the games that I already have for free, and a lot of the PlayStation Plus free games that are coming out. You know, the Golden Pack ones that are.
Yep.
A lot of those are gonna be getting played. I don't know what game I'm gonna get right away now. It's gonna be Assassin's Creed. It's probably gonna be Assassin's Creed.
Valhalla and Miles Morales, man. That's all I'm gonna be playing.
Yeah, and I beat the brakes off of Spider-Man already. I just have one more DLC to go, so I don't think I'll be buying the like regular price one. I don't know yet.
I did one DLC. I did the Black Cat one, and then I got lazy. So
yeah, the first DLC wasn't that good. The first DLC wasn't that good in my opinion. Where you got to stop the guys from robbing the art gallery.
Yeah,
that was kind of trash. But after that, it got better. That first DLC though was, I was like, yo, what are they doing here?
Cash grab back then.
Yeah, but it got better after.
Before we get into our episode, I want to talk about Nintendo Direct. They dropped No More Heroes 1 and 2.
Okay.
Instantly, which was dope. And then they have 2 cloud games coming to the Switch. They have Hitman 3 Cloud Edition, and then they have Control, the ultimate one that I just bought. They have the Cloud Edition for that for free right now. You can play it. What's the Cloud Edition? What does that mean? How it works is, you know, the Nintendo Switch is not that powerful. So what you do is, when you're downloading the Cloud Edition, the server is going to do all the heavy lifting graphically, and it's basically going to stream the game to your Switch. Kind of like when you were playing the PS Vita back in the day.
Yeah.
PS4 games, it's going to work like that.
So Nintendo's coming for Stadia and all that then.
Pretty much.
That's a smart concept right there. They're doing a little testing for something special, I think.
So yeah, you could try out Control right now. It's like the first bit of the game. It's kind of like a stress test. Yeah. To see how much the server could take before it explodes.
You pause that and start making a hard left, that game's going to crash. I'm telling you that right now. I'm not going back to Control. That game had a spot at the end of it that do you know when they add everything and throw everything at you?
Yeah.
They just kept throwing more and more at you for just no reason. And once you make it past that one spot, the game's done. But they just threw everything at you.
Test your skills, Casey.
Nah, man, that was stupid. I was playing it. I went online to see what to do, and people were just like, this is bullshit. Just hide right here for a second. Let the thing miss you while it's shooting at you, and just throw things at it, hide. Throw a thing at it, hide. So I just chip damaged that stupid thing, and then kept it moving because it has a part. I'm telling you, when you get there, you'll be like, yo, what the hell?
I'm returning it, man.
This is a whole nother game. This is a whole nother game.
Wait for a PlayStation Plus free giveaway for that game.
Yeah, you know when they just turn the dial up on the game for no reason? Like, yo, why are they making this so hard? Like, this stupid boss floating on a chair shouldn't be this hard. You get what I'm saying? I don't want to spoil.
You don't know that man's life, man.
he was regenerating health like
he went through
nothing. I'm like, what the hell? These guys are strong, way too strong right now. I got every update. What am I missing here? And it turns out it's a big problem in the game. So you'll see it when you get to it.
I'm never gonna get to it, Casey.
What are we getting to in this podcast though? What are we talking about?
Yes, what are we gonna talk about? We're gonna talk about the trial of the Chicago 7, Bad Hair, and then we're gonna end it with Borat. Subsequent movie, long title.
Why did they just call it 2? Like,
man, that's too easy. That's too easy. Did you go back and watch?
Trying to troll us. What's that?
Did you go back and watch the first Borat yet?
Nah, I didn't do that.
You slipping, man.
How'd you like it?
Borat 1 to me is 10 out of 10.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about that in a second.
You know how
let's leave people on the edge of their seats. We're gonna get to that soon. Yes. Anything else you want to add before we jump into all this? Unboxing of PlayStations.
I was trying to give away a copy of that Batman movie.
There we go. Yeah.
Y'all don't want to do these iTunes reviews. What's going on? I'm trying to give away shit for free. I think I might throw in. You know what? I think I'm throwing a digital copy of the Joker as well.
Hey.
Because it's in my heart right now. I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
Y'all just gotta do the reviews. Go to your iTunes, type in the Bacchanal. You'll see the Bacchanal Podcast. 5 stars, of course. Tell us what you like. Do a little review. I'll do a random drawing, and I'll announce it on Instagram. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at _Bacchanal, BACCHANAL podcast.
Yes.
Yes, that's it for me, man. I'm trying to be a good person. Shit. And they're like, nah.
I thought you were gonna. I see the ring background. I thought you were gonna crawl out of that thing.
Oh, like Joe Budden?
Yeah. Next time, I guess. Halloween's around the corner, right?
I should. I don't know. We should do a special Halloween movie review. Because I watched the original Fright Night over.
Yeah.
Fire, man. He
Night.
He wanted smoke day one with that little boy. He came to his house the first night. You're too nosy. Why are you looking at me through the window? Oh, I think you're a vampire. I am. Whooped his ass, locked his mom's door, talking about she can't save him.
Oh, yeah.
Beat the brakes off of him, greased his girlfriend.
Yeah. This is a classic movie.
You gotta watch it over. It was savage. I want to do a retro review of Fright Night.
I'm down. He's not messing with Freddy, but he's definitely up there.
He was up there, man.
He's up there, but he ain't Freddy. But he's up there.
Freddy's a pedophile, though.
Freddy's the man. Don't ever talk bad on Freddy, man. Freddy's that dude, man.
They burnt the man for touching children cookalooks, man.
That's what the revamp story. They went wild with the revamp.
He was touching little girls, though. That's why they burnt.
Is that what it was? Nah, he was going after. Yeah, he was going after some teenagers still. Yeah, it was. He was a pedophile. I was like 6 watching that shit. That shit was lit. I was like 5. I was like, yo, they're not killing. He's only killing teens. Yo, this shit is great.
Freddy could happen right now in my neighborhood, man.
Yeah, but we're the adults now. We wouldn't believe the teenagers.
These rednecks don't play. He did what? House on fire.
Yeah, man. It would have been an ill story in the revamp if he didn't really do it and they just burnt him.
I don't think he did it in the revamp. He was like, no. He was like, no, you must burn.
Yeah, and somebody else, the principal, did it or some shit. You know, that'd be a little twist.
A good plot twist.
The principal's daughter was a teenager and he's like, you know what? I'm killing all your kids. That's what it should have been. Because I think that's what the first one was. It was like the whole town was like just beefing with the guy or something.
Nah, man, he's a pedophile.
That's the revamp. The original OG Freddy, man. What? Nah, man. Man just wanted to make jokes.
There's a Freddy marathon tomorrow on Sci-Fi, so I'm going to watch it over.
Okay, yeah. Watch the first one. The first Freddy is
retro
amazing.
Review this week.
The first Freddy still holds up with the things that they pull off, like the hand through the bed and pulling her. All that shit, pulling it on the roof. That shit still holds up now. Classic movie, man. That shit was classic.
You know where that hand was? Touching children.
Gotta ruin shit, man.
He was a pedophile, man.
He's a monster. Clearly, he's a monster.
He's so nasty. The devil didn't want him. He's like, yeah, nasty. Get him out.
He just wanted to bust jokes. That's all.
He just wanted to bust.
He was so creative with his kills. He was like, "How about a Q-tip?" Pops it through the other side of the ear, and he's like, I was like, man, Freddy's a stand-up comedian.
A violent Beetlejuice.
Yo, on our Facebook page, somebody posted something very good today where they had a picture of all the different Halloween stuff. And they're like, oh, what do you see? What do you see? And I was like, yo, Freddy and Beetlejuice. And I was like, yo, they got to do a collab movie. That'd be classic. Both of them working together. Oh, get you in the daytime and the nighttime.
On the podcast, Freddy versus Beetlejuice.
Who'd win that?
Yeah, man, I think Beetlejuice might get him.
Beetlejuice might get him.
He's the ghostest with the mostest.
Beetlejuice gets you in the day or the night while you're awake. So it's like
you just gotta say his name 3 times like Candyman.
He ain't leaving.
That's the one caveat that he has.
Yeah, he ain't leaving. Yeah,
we're gonna do a poll. I'm gonna do a poll.
Both of them are classic though. Both of them are 2 of my favorite like haunted type shit.
One of them didn't touch kids though, so I think
we don't know what Beetlejuice did. Actually, he was scheming for that little girl, man.
I think he was scheming like for that little girl, salesman or something, man.
Beetlejuice was trying it though. Beetlejuice was trying to get the little girl. That's what he was trying to do the whole time. He was like trying to pull her into his world and have his way with her. He was the original Epstein.
Lies, man. You're looking deep, man. Beetlejuice would never.
Watch it again.
I'm Beetlejuice defense attorney. He would never. All right, let's get into our reviews. We're gonna do first the trial of the Chicago 7.
Yeah, man. Speaking of defense attorneys.
Yes, and if you're listening to the podcast, our trailer is gonna drop right about here.
Yes.
Casey, I'm gonna let you handle this review, man.
Why? What happened? You didn't watch the whole thing?
I fell asleep twice.
Man, this guy.
I tried. I wanted to. Okay, let me explain. This is what niggas about to lie. Let me explain what happened was. I feel like I'm mentally going through like a political fatigue.
Yeah, you're right in the midst of it.
Say what?
You're right in the midst of that whole thing.
Yeah, I'm in the midst of it with like downtown, my area, with that nonsense and just all the stuff you see in the news and the politics. I was just like, I want to see politics in like a comical light. That's why Borat was refreshing. This was just more of the reality that I face every day. So I was just like, fuck, man.
Yeah, but this had a good message to it. This was a good movie. It was so like well written. It was written so well to the point where I was like, man, these guys weren't talking like this back then. Like in this time, in this like, who are these guys? They're talking way too well. They're way too well spoken. But it's the writer and the Aaron Sorkin. He wrote the screenplay and he directed this. I honestly think that like this is on Netflix. I think they hired him to like get that award. So I think this is what
I was just about to say this movie felt like Oscar bait.
This is a award cocktail, you know? So it was good, but just watching it, I'm like, you're not really trying to touch my heart. You're just trying to get a damn award. This is
get that award. They have the ensemble. They have the big huge ensemble cast.
Yeah.
They got a good director and writer. Sacha Baron Cohen's like, look, I'm gonna stop being a jackass for just a little bit and give you a serious performance.
He knocked it out the park, though.
So yeah, I thought he did great. I thought all the actors were great. It's just
all the actors did great. It's just too perfect of writing. Like the writing was too good. Like they didn't stumble nothing. Everything was like a catch of dialogue. The dialogue was so beautiful that it was too good. You know, like they got to stumble a little bit. Had some parts where he was like, "Excuse me, I've never been on trial before for my thoughts." You know, like it was so well written. It was like, oh my God, these are bars.
Bobby Seals was a standout character for me, who was played by Yahya. Is that how you pronounce his name?
Yeah.
Yahya Abdul Mateen the second.
Yeah, leader of the Black Panther Party.
He did a great job. I'm not just saying that because he has a mustache. Like,
I loved his energy in this, man. I loved his energy. He matched the tempo of the beginning of the movie. The beginning of the movie was like a drum set, building up, getting better and better, bigger and bigger, and his energy was just on par with that. And it helped take the movie to a level. And then when it started, it was flowing. The trial was like, I found it entertaining. I found this movie very entertaining. I had a good time with it.
I just turn on CNN and see this shit right now, man.
Yeah, that's the thing, man.
They just shot another unarmed black man. There's a protest going on. Every day there's something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was surprised by Eddie Redmayne. I thought he did great because he usually talks like this.
Is that the main lawyer guy?
Yeah, he usually sounds like this.
Him, I like
his American accent. I thought was well in this film.
His acting was amazing. I liked his wit. Like the writing for him was amazing. Like just the way he was like, if you need help to say this, how was the weather? You know, like he was just making conversation. And he was like, this is what I could do. This is the best way I could talk to you. And it was great. The way he was going about everything was great. I don't want to spoil anything in this part right here, but yeah, he did an amazing job. He was probably one of my favorite characters.
This is real life. Ain't no spoiling. You could. This is like
some people haven't seen the movie.
Spoil this Michael Madsen movie for you.
Some people don't know the movie, and this isn't exactly real life, from what I heard. This is
really?
Yeah, they changed up a couple of things, but the things that I heard that shock you in this, you'd be like, that can't be real, was actually real. But like a lot of the background conversations and stuff like that were supposedly fake. Like not exactly that, like that. You know what I mean? Like not so eloquently put and organized, or mistakenly like, hey, what about this? What about? And they're like, oh, what about that? You know what I'm saying? Like when it just comes together. So
when I was watching it, I was thinking, I was like, yo, 10, 20 years from now, and they make a Trump movie, and there's a scene where he tells niggas to drink bleach. People will be like, man, he ain't say that, man.
Exactly. It's like, and then they look it up like, oh shit. They'll be like that guy from The Wire, whoa.
2020, 2020, the movie's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be sad. It's gonna be.
I don't even want to see that.
A lot of mixed emotions in that movie.
Yeah, I don't even want to see that. We're in it right now. We didn't even roll the credits.
Black Panther dying.
Yeah, I don't even want to see that movie. Oh my God, who else stood out to you?
Who else stood out to me was, that's my Ed Redmayne voice. Joseph Gordon-Levitt as Richard Schultz.
He was cool. I felt like he was just being Joseph Gordon-Levitt though. Didn't feel like he was really a different character.
He was like
he
a
was just
quieter version of himself.
yeah.
This guy, he's a character actor. John Carroll Lynch. He played David Dillinger. I know him from American Horror Story. Like whenever I see him, I'm like, oh, he gonna murder some children. So when you see him in this film, and he's like I think he was like a scout troop leader, and he's like a decent man.
Yeah, I was
like, okay, that's a nice change.
Yeah, but I was still waiting for him to do that psycho shit, like I don't know, banging somebody in a back room or doing some evil shit, having people tied up.
Angry.
Yeah, but I thought he was gonna be like, oh, he's this nice guy, and then it turns out he's the reason why something happened bad to them in the court case because found out he has like people tied up in his basement or some psycho shit.
Oh,
you know, like because his character's always some weirdo.
Man, Casey.
No, but his character is always a weirdo. Like he did another movie in the past, and he was like some cultist leader guy.
Always like a pedophile or it's never like decent house father. Like it's always like who murders and touches kids. It's never nothing decent about them. Exactly. Yo, Michael Keaton was in this movie. I must have slept hard.
Michael Keaton? Yeah, man.
Yo,
you didn't see that?
No,
that was a heartbreaking part of this movie.
I didn't even see Michael Keaton, man.
That really happened. That's what's crazy. Michael Keaton was really in 1978. No, I'm joking. But no, what they're saying in that part actually happened. So that part was crazy.
I gotta finish it, man. I think I had the movie's long, man. It's like 2 hours and 14 minutes.
Yeah, take you a nap and then watch it, I guess. I enjoyed it, man.
A solid hour 15 out of me, and then
I really enjoyed this movie. I'm telling people, yo, you gotta check this out. It's that good to me. So I really
piss me off.
What's that?
Is this movie gonna piss me off with the ending? Don't you do it to me. You're thinking too hard. Hell yeah, it is. It's gonna be
no. That's not gonna piss you off, but it's the way that it ends pissed me off. That's why I don't give it the highest of ratings. But
okay, so what would you give?
I can't rate it.
I didn't finish it.
So we'll get into spoilers when we'll talk about that. But there's anything else you want to add? It's all mainly in a courtroom, right? It's not really a high impact.
This is not a spoiler, but this is early. Like Fred Hampton died. I was like, shit, I wanted to see that. And he's talked about it. I was like, damn, because Bobby Seals was pressed that day when he came back. He's like, I killed him. I was like, yo, show that shit. I wanted to see that.
I don't want to see that. That's the one thing I don't want to see in this movie. Especially when they tell you how it happened. You know what I mean? But
it was some scummy shit. I wanted to see it.
We'll talk about that. Let's get into spoilers, man. How you feel?
All right.
I would say I recommend the movie. I say absolutely. If you have Netflix, check it out. It's
free.
A well-done
Watch
movie.
it. It's free. It's just long.
Yeah,
it's a day out.
It's trying to get awards, and I ain't mad at it for that. But check it out.
What would you give it? I can't give it a score because I
give it a solid 8.5.
Okay.
Yeah, I give it a solid 8.5, like leaning to the 8.5. There's just some things that happen and it's like, okay, buddy. You know what I mean? And it ends in a way that I'm like, come on, man.
All right, let's go ahead and spoil this historic film.
All right, so the way that it ends is that stupid ass, like, in a movie when you're watching it and then the credits just start rolling, it shows Tommy ended up getting a degree for this and that and that. And
he ended up dying of
yeah, he ended up dying of colon cancer. Patrick ended up doing this.
Borat, and then he'll fade away and be like, he's dead.
It's like, come on, man. Don't make me read that. That's what happened at the end where I was like, come on. And then the judge was just banging on the thing, order in the court. It just seemed more comical that the wildness that was happening at the end. It didn't have that feeling of like, oh shit, but it just felt like chaos. And I think they just wanted to show a ball of confusion, and that ball of confusion is going to continue like it is right now. But it just felt a little comical. At the end, it didn't feel like a victory. It felt like oh, man. And then they're showing the names at the end. So it was kind of like, oh, man.
I was looking it up, and I was like, he dead. I was like, well, I'm about to watch this sad shit, man.
So with the leader of the Black Panther, Bobby Seale, when they tied up, did you see when they tied up his mouth?
Yeah, I
saw that. They gagged him. They really did that to him in the courtroom.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
That's crazy. That's insane.
They would do that shit today.
The fact that he was not even supposed to be there, he just went and did a speech. He was in Chicago for 4 hours.
Yeah, they just wanted the scary black person, and so they could tag like the Black Panther Party to that crime, so they could like raise tension and get people all riled up.
That's why the lawyer. That's why he didn't want the lawyer to represent him, because he was like, yo, if you represent me, we're all together. And that automatically just brings us down. So I like that well-written, smart stuff that they added in there with the strategy of law. But man, Michael Keaton's character was basically the reason for all of this happening. His character was voting to have the war stopped.
Okay.
And he was quitting, and he didn't agree with the war. And because he quit and the other person came in to his job, he just left. It's 2 weeks type of thing. He left an hour before shaking the hands of the new guy. The new guy got mad because he did that. And then he said, you know what? We're going to go after all these people that are trying to stop the war because they're influencing all these different colleges, because the people that were getting sent into the war were from 18 to 24 years old. So everybody in the colleges and university who have promising futures never held a gun in their life are like, nah, you're going into the war. And their friends are in America still like, yo, we got to do something. We can't let our friends go. They're getting massacred out there. So that's what this whole thing was about. So he was like, yeah, this war is crazy. So they actually got him to become a defense in the case. But the judge is so corrupt. He was like, nah, you can't count that. But you got to see how it happens.
Judge, man, just had
the judge is just schemy ass guy, man. He was like, nah, I can't count that. And he's like, shit, man, you guys are out of luck, man. Just run the appeal.
Too much power, man.
Way too much power. But they, at the end of the movie, like with the end roll little writing, they said, oh, the judge got a shitty rating from all the other judges and from the jury and everybody. So he lost his respect and his honor. So that means a lot to judges, I guess.
That's not enough, man. I want him to never have an erection for the rest of his life.
Yeah, exactly. Shoot his dickhead off, man. Like something.
Dig off.
Because he was just screwing lives up. Like he knew what it was.
Lives because you grouchy. Come on now.
Exactly. So the story is pretty powerful. What's his character's name? Abby Hoffman, how he killed himself. He wrote a book and he called it Steal This Book. So Sacha Baron, his character, he wrote a book called Steal This Book, and it's all about it's supposed to be a really good book. I haven't read the book. I'm not going to try to say it.
After all them orgies he was having, he was like, you know what? Time to go.
I guess so. In the movie, he seemed like he was ahead of the curve of how everything was going. He was like, oh, we're having a jury by popular, a court by popularity or some shit. And the lawyer was like, there's no such thing as that. And then when things happened and they weren't popular, so they were losing the case, it's like, told you so. You know, like he was always ahead of what was happening. I like that, but at the same time, I was like, nah, man, this guy's too perfect. Like his character is too like savvy throughout the whole movie. He's complete definition of savvy. But he did an amazing job. This cast was amazing. That's why I got to give it up to this movie, man. I liked it. I like that court drama type of thing, even though this probably wouldn't happen like this in real life. I like the way this looked. You know what I mean? They brought up a great point too about jury duty, because they're like, oh, none of those jurors look like I do. That's why they're shitting on us right now.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, how many times have you actually showed up for jury duty? And he's like, oh shit, man, you got me. You know, like, so they brought up good points to the problem in our system right now. If you don't want to take part in stuff, and then when somebody you know gets like in problems, you're not helping the situation by dodging jury duty and stuff like that. You know, all of us are part of the problem.
Sometimes they handpick the jurors, like the case with Emmett Till. This is like a juror of nothing but white males, so they're like, nah, they innocent. They just let guys go. Like it's just like effed up situations like that.
Yeah. But hopefully it's slowly changing. I'm hoping it's.
They'll need to ever make me a juror for any type of like celebrity case. I'll be like, he did it. Did it.
Yeah, but
you have to have no prior knowledge or anything before.
That's crazy.
And how do you do that in this day and age with the internet?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's insane. Anything else you want to add to this movie? Were there any spoilers that stood out to you that you were like, oh, that's interesting, that's funny?
I went to sleep, Casey. That's all I got.
So what do you give this movie? Would you go check it out again or what?
Probably not. Probably not until after this election. I have until what, Tuesday? Get this bullshit over with.
Is it this Tuesday? This Tuesday?
Yeah, this coming Tuesday. Yep.
Oh God, I'm tired of hearing America.
I'm tired of seeing these ads. I can't even watch video game videos without like Trump poking out like, make sure you register. I'm like, man, look, I'm gonna watch a review. Tired of these ads. I'm
tired of it too. I'm not even in the country.
I'm tired of these rallies every minute. I'm tired of the COVID cases going up. Tired of the armed shootings. I'm tired of all this shit, man.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm gonna lock myself away, grow a beard, and play my PS5.
Watch. I was thinking like, oh man, imagine PS5s get the mails get like delayed. So everybody who pre-ordered the PS5s is like, it's coming. Just gotta wait a little longer. 2020 sucks, man. Imagine that happens.
Speak that into the universe, man. Gosh.
Because I didn't get a pre-order. Fuck you.
So it'll be like the truck flipped over somewhere in Utah. No one's getting.
Gotta hold up, man. Gotta wait.
Oh
man, yeah, but let's get to the next topic, man. Because that's all my thoughts on this. I enjoyed the movie. You didn't like it right now. It's not the mood for you right now. It's not the tempo you're feeling.
I am not in the mind state of mind actually.
Yeah, I feel you, man. So let's get into get into another movie that we watched. Bad Hair.
Look here, Casey.
Drop that trailer now.
Boom, trailer's been dropped. Look here, Casey. You turn that brain off. You turn that brain. Is the brain turned off?
Yeah, it's off. It's off.
It's off? Are you ready now to review Bad Hair?
Let's do it.
Throw your brain out the window. All right, let's talk about the positive. I like the filter that they use throughout the film where it has like that grainy, like 80s effect.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, they're going for like the grainy 80s slasher film effect where it has a grainy film textures. The cast, I think, was pretty good. A standout to me was Lena Waithe.
Yeah.
I thought she was funny. Jay Farrell was just there.
Yeah, he was okay.
I was like, damn, I could have played that role. That role was easy.
I could have did the Usher role. That was even easier.
That perm, his perm worked harder than he
was
did.
That a perm? It looked like just a wig. I don't know.
Remember back when they had all those photos of him with the perm? I think that was when he was working on this film.
Okay.
So that's what I'm doing. I'm putting two and two together right there with that. Who else was a standout?
Let me give a little synopsis because a lot of people might not know about this movie. I want us to really watch it because this is on Hulu. It came out on the 23rd of October. In 1989, an ambitious young woman gets a weave in order to succeed in the image-obsessed world of music television. However, her things changed. So, yeah. So this guy Justin Simon directed this.
I have the trailer. I wanted to like show some scenes on mute.
Okay, cool.
Talk about that. I think that might be.
So this had a star-studded cast, in my opinion.
Yeah, I thought so as well.
I thought it had a great cast.
Vanessa Williams still looking good.
I was watching it. I was like, oh, he's in this. She's in this. What the hell? Lena Waithe was in it.
Yep.
You know, James Van Der Beek. Remember that guy? He was in this. It was like,
now, man, like those 80s music videos, they had me bobbing a people. Man.
Yeah, they really did. Yeah, Kelly Rowland was in this. Had a lot of like
dusty. Okay, let's talk about Blair Underwood's I don't know, hairpiece, the dusty gray hair. I'm gonna bring that back.
Let's see.
Look at that. That's some Tyler Perry wig shit right there.
Yeah. The budget of this was under $10 million. It wasn't too much of a budget.
$10.
So. They spent the money wisely, I think. For what they had, they did a good job with the 3D effects and, you know, the story, the message was good.
That's a Party City. That's some Party City makeup right there. He just sprayed that gray on.
That's some powder. That's just some flour right there. He was just like, oh, I'm how old? How? Okay, hold on.
That's some cocaine from back of the set. They went in the back of the set. They got some coke. Let me get right.
Huh? How's this look? Look good? Don't worry, I got you.
Good?
I look good? I'm good?
Look
Usher.
Usher, like, this movie's satire, and I don't think Usher had any, like, funny, like, lines, but just his atmosphere of him just was just funny. Like, anytime he was showing, like, yeah, with the smile and the perm. Look at that. That could be you, Casey.
That could be you.
I don't have enough hair, man. I don't even know if that's real or not.
I don't know. But yeah, this was a horror comedy. But I think after they finished making this movie and they watched it, they're like, man, this is a comedy horror. Let's flip that around. Because this was a lot more.
They were taking it serious and then they watched it and they're like, well.
It had some cool spots. It had some cool angles they used with the camera. And they did some nice tricks with the 3D. You know what I mean?
That girl looked hungry every scene. Her right there, she was looking hungry. She's just really skinny and raspy looking. I was like, man, somebody needs to take her home and feed her.
Damn, man. Her landlord.
Her landlord was, man, that was nasty, trying to grease her.
Oh, man, that was horrible. I was mad, man. I was watching that. I was like, yo, this is fucked up.
This is the part that got me mad. So they got Laverne from
Orange is the New Black. Yeah.
He gives her a perm. Well, not a perm. He gives her a weave. He gives her a
yeah.
sew-in. It was expensive. It was like $500 in the 80s that she paid for. Now, this sew-in
he hooked her up. He did it just for the solid.
Well, she gave him the sad story, blah, blah, blah. He's like, you know what, girl? I got you. I'm going to give you some demon here.
Yeah, that was the only hole in the story. Really?
Like, he looked at all the different hair racks. He's like, nope, too good. Demon here?
She picked it.
I'm going to give you something.
Nah, she picked it. It was like picking the wand in Harry Potter. She was just like,
man, let's look. They showed the scene.
Yeah, her choosing it. She chose it.
Look, she's looking at all the hair. She's like, Lord, this one's from India? He's like, nah, this one's from hell. You're going to have this one right here.
It's free. You going to come playing?
And he knew what he was doing. I'm sorry, she knew what she was doing.
You got to see the movie, right? Or are they going to do a part 2?
You get somebody some damn demon here. I'm going to go do a customer complaint. Yelp wasn't around. It was the 80s. You go back to the store. You put some demon here in my head. She went back one time. That was my one issue with the film. She went back one time and it was closed. And she just gave up.
Yeah, for real. She didn't go back again.
She's like, well, I guess I got demon here. Like, come on, man. You're not going to go back the next day?
Yeah.
Or the day after? You got hair that murders people. You're like, I'll take my chances.
We'll get into spoilers in a bit.
That's bad writing.
Yeah, exactly.
On her head. The hell of a perm. Don't she look hungry? Woo, that part made it look horrible.
So brutal. They made getting a braid up first of all look horrible. It's not that bad. Like, geez, they made it.
They braided her hair and they're like, all right, now you're good. They put like a little doo-doo. It was like a little dog tail at the top. And she's like, all right, now you're good.
I guess that's what they do when they get the weaves, man. I don't know.
That was a lazy braid. Jay Farrell had the easiest job. He would look around and be like, damn, shorty.
Yeah, exactly.
Lick his lips. That's all he did. He had the easiest role.
Yeah. No, they did their thing in this though, man. They did their thing. I just hope it brings better and better movies. This is one off. It's a good idea and concept. Hilarious. It's a good idea and concept. I think this was in the making for a long time because with the natural hair and taking pride in your hair.
Yeah, because right now we have the Crown Act where people of color, black people, they're fighting so that they can wear their natural hair. Because there's cases where like kids in school got in trouble because they had dreads or
that's crazy.
Black women at their jobs are like, oh, your afro, your hair is distracting me. Could you do something with it?
Yeah, and so many like older generations told younger generations don't do braids, don't dread because they want their kids to be successful in this part of the world and stuff, and like it just started and caused internal problems, so it's like it's really unfortunate.
I remember at certain jobs, if I let my hair grow for a while, it'll always be like that one white guy or white woman be like, so when are you gonna get a haircut there, Greg?
Yeah, it's like
some shit like that.
Jeez, man. Yeah, that's crazy.
When are you gonna get a hair? I was like, you ain't gonna go to Bob and Steve. Worry about their haircut, but you'll come up to me and ask me when I'm gonna get a haircut.
Bob is fully bald on the top and his mullet's falling down his freaking stomach. Go talk to Bob. Looking greasy. Like, yeah, no, man. It's been a problem in our culture for a long time, and it's good that we're getting satire and horror, different concepts written by us for us, and I think it'll get better and better. It keeps inspiring people, so I'm excited to see what comes.
This was enjoyable foolishness.
There's some foolishness.
Watch it for free.
Yeah. It ain't amazing.
Story.
The budget really shows. Like the budget really shows. It's not a polished, glossy like AAA movie by any part. You know what I mean? Like there were parts where I was like, man, this is some dumb shit. And I just had to power through. And as I powered through, I was like, I'm enjoying it.
But fellas. You're trying to bring a girl over, put on this bullshit. They're not going to pay much attention to it. Yeah. It's not, it's not going to really hold their attention. It's not like some Oscar-worthy shit. It's enough for you to have that conversation. You can laugh about it together. It might lead to some cheek clapping.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there. Halloween Saturday. You can put on bad hair. bring that person over. First of all, you got to socially distance first. How do you do that nowadays? Like, how do you date?
I don't know. Yes,
I don't know how they do that nowadays. You'd be like, I'll talk to you in 14 days, girl. I don't know what you've been. I don't know what you've been doing, girl.
Yeah. Quarantining is probably a good excuse they're using. Like, nah, I got a quarantine, baby.
Quarantine, girl. But you haven't called me in days. Well, my phone quarantined.
Yeah, man. Girl. Can't touch the phone either.
Can't be the phone might get the COVID, girl.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Let's get into spoilers with this one, man.
Let me give my rating first.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna give it a 6.
Yeah, I give it about a 6.5, 6.
6.5? Going too high.
Yeah, the 0.5 is because the message behind it was something that I'm glad they're actually putting on the big screen. I just wish this was in the movies, like with a big crowd of people laughing at the jokes. It would have gave it another level of energy to me if I was in an actual theater with people laughing and reacting to this movie at the same time.
And then like I like the African themes that they would throw in. She would have she would daydream or
her visualization of her family and her ancestry. Yeah,
it's just her ancestors, and then the African story that they tell of the woman with the moss hair.
Exactly. Yeah. Even all the other stories where it showed the birds and all that stuff and the people drowning. I was looking up on the internet to see if those were real books or real stories. I have a book
called I think it's like The People That Could Fly. It's about Africans slaves that were flying out of slavery. Oh. It's like an anthology book with different slave tales, and a story that's similar to the ones I have in that book.
Yeah, I was looking on Google to see if I could find anything from the stories they were saying in this movie. So that type of stuff that's why I want to give it such a higher rating, because of that stuff in this movie. But a lot of it was a mess. You know what I mean? A lot of it was a mess.
Was a mess. Kelly Rowland was just there to be Kelly Rowland. Some of the stuff didn't make sense with the demon hair, like how the possession worked. Like, does it possess everybody? Does it not possess you? Does it possess you sometimes?
Oh, it made sense. I thought it made sense. And I really liked the twist, the little spin twist they did at the end. So that was pretty dope.
I don't think I remember any type of twist unless you're talking about Kelly Rowland dancing.
No, not that twist.
that was a twist I saw. James Vanderbeek was in there, old Dawson's Creek.
Yeah, he was there. He looked cool. I was like, yo, he could be like an older Zack Slater. You know what I mean? Like, he had that kind of look. Like if they went back in time and made Zack older in the 90s or that time, you know what I mean? Like
Zack, like you put two people together, Zack and Slater.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Morris? You know who I'm talking about. Zach Morris. Yeah.
Zach Morris. Okay. Yeah. Zach Morris, man. He's Homelander. This guy.
He was supposed to be Homelander. That's what everybody was saying. But yeah.
He looks like Homelander.
Yeah. But this movie was cool. It was cool. I really want to get in spoilers and bust jokes about it.
All right. Let's all right, everybody. Time to get out of here. If you haven't watched this, let's
check it out. Okay, so at the end part, the twist that I liked a lot was when all the witches were coming for her and they were hitting the glass in the studio. Yep. She gave up. She grabbed the gun. She pointed the gun at them like, y'all are done now. She hit the trigger and it was a lighter. And then she gave up, lied on her back, and then hit the lighter and to smoke the cigarette before she gets murdered. And then showed her like, look up like that. She's like, oh shit. So then she got up, stood up, and then she put her gun in the air and hit the lighter on the water to wet the weaves. Yeah, I thought that was a cool little twist because in the movie they're like, "Oh, don't make sure you don't wet it." You know, like they just said.
Yeah, they foreshadowed that with Kelly Rowland when she
exactly.
Came, like, they didn't mess up my hair, had me swimming.
Yeah, exactly. So she looked weak and kind of like injured when she came in. She didn't just look like a girl who got her hair messed up. She looked.
Well, my thing like is when she was fighting the witches, Casey.
But that twist I really liked.
Her hair wasn't preventing her from like fighting. Like, nah, girl, you're mine now. Like her hair was just chilling.
Yeah, her hair was like, run, girl, run. I guess they wanted to eat her. I don't know. Maybe they wanted to take her out because she was not on their side. I don't know, but I get you. Why didn't the hair sabotage her?
Yeah, it wasn't her. I
trip
felt
her
like
up
her
or
hair
something.
should have been sabotaging her because the witches are trying to take over her body.
Yep.
Her hair went for a smoke break or something.
yeah. But no, it had some good parts. It had funny parts in it. That twist was my favorite part, though. I was actually watching like, oh shit, that was actually interesting.
My favorite part was when she questioned Jay Farrell's character. she was talking about like, why does he keep getting like all these shows? He didn't do nothing. Blah blah blah. She's yelling at her boss.
Yeah.
She's like, cause he dicks me down. That's why.
I was like, oh shit.
That was funny.
Yeah, I was like, wow, they really just took it there. Holy.
They took it there. I was like, cause he really don't be doing shit. He just be standing there like, what up, girl?
Yeah.
Like,
He wasn't even talented on the camera. He was just there, like, yeah, so we gonna get into the next video, you know what I mean? So
he's like one of those lazy VJs.
Yeah, it's like
early 90s. Where
not even reading
great, y'all. Make sure you call in.
Yeah, who's trash? So it was like, okay, I get why she's mad.
Hell?
I thought they were gonna touch on that more, but I'm glad they just hinted at that, sexistness in the office and stuff like that.
Yep.
What I wanted them to dive into more was the actual like hairdresser. If she was the like what you were saying before, I thought they were gonna dive into that of her being
I thought she was gonna confront
the
her
curator
and
of
be
madness.
like, "Why'd you put this demon stuff in my hair?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm a witch too, or something." Like,
Yeah, exactly.
why does she have demon witch hair just laying in her shop?
It's the company selling it, and was that a visualization of the actuality of what's happening when she went to like James Vance, showing him with all the people working on the hair and the fat in Louisiana? Remember at the end?
Yeah,
Was that really what happened, or was that just in her mind?
I don't know.
And the cut in the back
Has
of her
Kelly
head.
Rowland killed anybody? It looks like she had those weaves for a while.
Yeah, exactly.
Her
And the
eyes
cut-
were glowing.
yeah, the
Is
cut.
that even like? Is her character still a pop star? Or is that a witch living out her dream? They're
Exactly.
like, yo, our plans to take over the world. She's like, nah, man, I'm about to be a pop star. And
I'm a pop star. Not a
I'm
fucking
finna go platinum, girl.
Yeah, man. What was I saying again? But the scar behind her head,
Yes.
that was in her head when she was getting, like, it was in her mind, not in physical, when she was getting her hair done. So I thought they were going to do something more with that, but they just were like, nah, she got bun up when she was a kid. You know what I mean?
Okay,
So,
I thought so. Does she physically have that scar still, or?
I don't know. I took it as that was just in her head. Like she's remembering
I think
that.
she just got scarred. I think
The hairdresser would have been like, girl, what the hell is that? You know what I mean? Like, that's why
messed me up. So she lives with her uncle and aunt, and that was her cousin that was perming her hair.
I believe so, yeah.
And was that her cousin when she went to the house again? Because that girl looked way younger than she was.
Yeah. And they just were like,
Casting
can you
was
act?
alright, man.
Can you act? You come here. Come. You're pretty enough. Get on the camera. Yeah,
Wait,
yeah,
I'm
this
12.
is her.
Well, you're playing 24 now.
We'll buy you Subway. Don't worry. Yeah, they just grabbed the girl.
Like they grabbed, like Usher brought one of his nieces on set.
Yeah, they was like,
you're her sister for this scene.
Yeah, definitely had some problems in this movie, man. But out of they did something. They pulled it off for me to finish the movie. You know, so
You know what I'm looking forward to?
what's that?
That movie that come out Friday with ghosts and the voodoo doll.
Which one is this?
It's called Spells. We
Another
watched the trailer
foolishness?
for it.
Oh, okay, I gotta see it again. Oh Lord, with power?
Yeah, where he's
Ghost?
like, no, and then she takes the tongue out of the voodoo doll. He's
Look,
like,
man, I'm here for these foolishness friggin' Halloween movies. These shits are
oh
hilarious.
man, I gotta get me some alcohol. I'm gonna watch
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that
Great.
for sure. I'm here for it. That's why I'm not giving this a 2 like some people would want to give it. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, I know what it is. You know, it's like
I like A.
they're trying a thing. You know, I'm not. If I was making a movie, my movie would probably be just like this.
Let black people make some foolish horror movies.
Yeah,
man.
they'll get better and better at it over time. If I was making this, it'd probably be the same thing. It'd probably be worse. So that's why I'm like going easy on it.
This is not a Tyler Perry Actually,
This is
that
better
might
than
not be
Tyler
a bad
Perry.
idea. If Tyler Perry was to like try to make a horror film,
Yeah.
it might actually come out good because he's gonna have the crazy wigs. His
This had
storylines
Tyler
are always
Perry.
out there, anyways.
This had Tyler Perry inspiration to it, if you ask me. It kind of felt like it was
It's
inspired
filmed
by.
nicely.
Yeah, no, it was inspired by, but they took their own like creativity and went off. But they were like, Tyler Perry can do this, we could do this, you know. So they got their investment money and they're like, let's do it. Let's shoot for the stars, man. Fuck it.
Tyler Perry be cutting corners too much, man. Remember that guy was drinking the water where there was no water in the glass? He's like, ain't no water on this set. You better believe you drinking water on my set.
Yeah. Yeah, this movie had some good parts though. It had some good parts, it had some crappy parts.
It's
I
a,
like
it's a
the angles they used
low
with the camera.
6, damn near 5.5.
It's getting lower and lower the more you think of it.
It's the lowest 6 ever. It's like because they're black, I give them a extra
Yeah, we're giving them a
5 points.
pass. Yeah, we're giving them a
Like, I
pass.
see y'all trying.
65 to pass. You know, so give it a pass.
It's a low. It's like a C minus, man.
Yeah, made it. I'm just
Barely got out that D.
yeah. Any other standout parts of you? You like the gold eyes
Lena Waithe, when I think towards the end
with the comedy?
her character's hair changed.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't get a perm. The other girl I remember got a perm, but she's like, "Oh, them bitches crazy," and she was running and stuff. I was like,
Yeah,
she should have brought that energy since the beginning because she stole the movie.
Mm-hmm.
She started wilding out.
I think the movie was a little too long. I think it was like 2 hours. It felt like it was around an hour and 45 minutes to 2 hours or something. It felt long.
I felt like they held back. I think they should have just went complete batshit crazy.
Yeah, they held off for too long. I feel like to get shit
too
started.
long for the first kill.
Yeah, and then they just went crazy with the other kills. It was like, wait a minute. Once you see something sucking your blood from your finger, you're not gonna go take a shower and just cut this shit off in the shower.
He's like, let me just pat my weave and go about my day.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Come on,
let me jump in the first lake or pond I see with some scissors, man.
Any black woman that had that demon hair, she went to the store and she saw they were closed. This is the 80s. She gonna find the yellow pages. She gonna look that woman up. She gonna call her. She gonna leave her about 5 messages. When
knock that door
again, on site, bitch. I'm gonna fight you. Why you put this demon hair on? She would show up to that job every day and demanded for that demon hair to get pulled out of her head.
Yeah.
Not this lady. She's like, oh well, I'll try again.
Yeah, it had a lot of potential. They had a lot of story arcs that they could have went with, but they didn't go with nothing of that I thought they were gonna go with. Cause like the dad was like, he always had like little hints of what is he doing? Anytime it showed him.
Oh, Blair Underwood?
Yeah, like it had a part where she was coming through the door to come have dinner with them, and he was like, she's living in a fantasy, man. Something's going on with her. Oh, what's going on? Come on in. You know, like it was like, what were they just talking about? And then when she came visit him the second time to ask him about the stories for the book, he was like something weird on the couch. Like it looked like he had, I don't know what he was doing, but something looked fishy there. I'm like,
priest, man.
Yeah, I was like, what? Why don't they do something with this character? Like
they wasted Blair Underwood and all that dye. They wasted all that silver dye for no reason.
All that flour. They could have made a bread with that or a pancake. Or this guy just tapping that flour on his head
with powdered sugar for no reason.
Yep. But yeah,
that's where we're at with that one. Let's jump into our review of Borat. I'm gonna say the whole title. Subsequent movie film.
Subsequent movie film. Borat. Just call it Borat 2. Let's drop that trailer.
2. Delivery of the Progerous bride to America regime for make benefit once glorious nation of Kazakhstan.
Oh man.
So Casey, let's drop the trailer for the people listening to the podcast right here. All right, so Casey, this is your first Borat film.
I watched the other one a long time ago, man. When that first came out.
Oh, okay.
I always took this guy as like a hits from the streets bootlegger, so I never really got into him too tough. And he had like a hip hop character that he used to do also. So it kind of turned me off of him back then. I was like, oh man, this guy's just trying to take the culture, man. I don't like it. So but this really shows his intelligence and his style of what he's trying to do. So I got to go back and watch the original one again.
The other one, man, perfect. I was watching it over, and he kidnapped Pamela Anderson. Still had me laughing.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and watch that. I'm gonna give it a chance.
Doesn't have that the first movie has is the shock value, because Borat's fairly unknown in the first film, and a lot of the gags there, you're just like, oh shit, he really did that? Because there's like a scene in the first movie. He went to the hood and he's like, my niggas. Like he was, it was some wild shit he was doing in the first movie where he's like, oh my god, how's he doing this? And I think he did a good job in this film addressing that people know who Borat is. Like they do that the first 5 minutes of the film where he gets to America, that they automatically knew like, oh, it's Borat. Yes, your mask. They're like, oh, it's Borat.
I like the way that they even showed that in this. Like, oh, they know who I am, and you know, that whole thing that they did it pretty smart. I'm looking up the cast right now.
One thing I've been seeing, people feel like this might be like a smear campaign for the Republican Party, and I can see that, but I feel like he strategically went to places and kind of let people reveal who they really were. I didn't think he pushed too hard. I think people just put themselves in compromising positions, Rudy Giuliani, and I feel like that's what he did. and because like the situation with the two rednecks where he goes and he lives there, of course, off camera, he probably worked out some type of negotiation to stay there. You're not gonna just be like, "My name's a Borat, let me stay at your house." You're not gonna just be like, "Sure."
Yeah,
You know, that's
I'm just tucking my
the
shirt.
hell you doing? You're tucking in your.
I'm just tucking in my shirt. I'm tucking it in.
Like I feel like there was more off camera things that like he negotiated, like more scripted things in this film than in the
like the two people he goes and stays with. Do you think that was scripted?
I feel like he talked to them off camera, like, "Hey, I'm gonna stay with you. I'm gonna pay X amount of dollars to stay there." But I saw in interviews that he said that he had to stay in character. I think he stayed there for a couple of days. So he had to wake up, go to sleep, everything in character, shower in character. So
because they're filming it all and taking the best
so
parts.
he couldn't slip up and use his real voice or anything. He had to be like, "I'm Borat." Like, couldn't slip up. That's so hard.
Yeah, imagine waking up in the morning and you got to be like a fake person. I'm sure a lot of people do that actually, but damn, man. So, challenging right there. The message in this was great. It's just the internet ruined the shock factor of this movie also, because like once this came out, all I saw was spoilers online, even though I wasn't even looking for the things. So the surprises, I was watching it and like I was like, oh, I see where this is going. So I could see the trail, but the twist at the end still worked. But the trail, I saw where they were going with it. You know what I mean? Without getting into spoilers.
I think the addition of his daughter, played by Maria Bakalova.
Yeah, she did great.
I thought she was great. I thought she was able to play off his character well. Like she had the same energy.
And it's smart because everybody knows who Borat is, so she was able to get through things without them knowing who she is while they're looking at Borat. You know, so I thought that was very smart.
Horny Republican men love young blonde white women. So that was his kryptonite for them. He was like, I came with the kryptonite.
Yeah. It's crazy that
the Mike Pence gag worked, where he showed up at the Mike Pence rally.
Yeah,
I got the because Mike Pence is like, "What the fuck is that?" Like he just looked like. Anyways, back to my boring speech.
Yeah,
like I felt like that was the energy with that. I like the scene where he walked into the convention with the KKK robe. And like, a really bad eye. I also feel like that could have been scripted as well.
Could have been, yeah. Yeah, it could have been scripted.
My thing with that.
But that was still a pretty big shocker part for me when he actually did it. I was like, oh shit, he's actually running in there.
Yeah, that's a day downtown for me, man. How'd you feel about the gag that they show in the trailer with like he put the baby and the daughter? How'd you feel about that?
I thought that was funny. When he was explaining it to the two people and they didn't understand what he was talking about, saying like he got his daughter pregnant. Like, is
this guy dumb as hell, or is this scripted?
I felt that was actually real because he was the guy. A lot of the people he was talking to, I honestly feel like he was telling them like, this is what we want to do. Like we want a tutorial, or give us the whole tour of your stuff. We're gonna commercial it, and that's what they went with. So that's why the people were so professional. Like, yes, and and he was just putting them in weird situations, so they're trying to act normal. But he was like, "No, I put my babies down her throat, and I can't get it out. Now she's pregnant." And they're like, "Wait a minute, you did what?" So it's like, yeah.
There's like the scene where she's in the crate. I'm like, and the guy is like hammering the crate. Like, come on, man. Like,
no, all that's fully scripted. I feel like they did that after they got the thing at the end, the main thing that got tucking in the shirt. After they got that, they built the story around that. You get what I mean?
Oh, okay. So they could have
tried with Pence
in different chronological order, and they just rearranged.
Yeah, I feel like they tried with Pence. They tried with the other people, and the ones that they got, they kept it, and then they put narrated the story towards that. And that narration was him getting kicked out of his country, and then him having to get the daughter, and the daughter.
Which I enjoyed. I liked the narrative of the story. How do you feel
me too.
I
liked it. I enjoyed it. That's why I want to go back and watch the other one. Yeah, no, I enjoyed it a lot. And the daughter was great. I was wondering where the other guy was. Wasn't there another guy with him before?
Oh, he was dead, man. They showed you when he was sitting in the chair. You're sitting on him. They skinned him. You saw the little penis sticking out.
That's who that was?
Yeah, they killed him.
Oh, okay. Because I saw that and it just flashed so quick. I was like, okay.
Yeah, man, they murdered him and skinned him and turned him into hair.
Damn. Okay. Yeah,
and I remember the first movie, he was with Linnell, the comedian. I was wondering why they never brought her back because he made the joke. Well, he's like, "You want to be my new black wife?" With that lady, she was like, "No."
Oh, okay, that's who that was. Okay.
Yeah, that was a callback to the first movie.
Oh, okay. When I saw that, I was like, man, this woman's too fast. She's getting in everybody's business.
The one joke that like I felt like some jokes went on too long, like the one with the period joke. I felt went on too long.
Yeah.
The father-daughter dance.
Yeah.
Because once the shock reveal came, I was like, oh, okay. And they're like, we're going to do it again. Then we're going to do it again. I was like, all right. I was good after the first time. Like, the effect of the joke was good the first time, and then they just did it over. So I was like, eh.
But my thought for this movie while I was watching, I was like, who's Borat for? Like, what age, like, is he for now? Is he for, like, the 14 to 21 stuff?
I think he's
from that's how it
17 to 45.
You think 45? Because some of the stuff I was seeing was like, all right, like this is just kind of corny. Like you're gonna pop out with the high thong. I get it, you're bringing back the retro thing, but it's like, all right, man. Like,
here's the thing with Borat. I feel
not a shocker.
The younger generation, they're there for the juvenile pranks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It seems
generation, they're there for the political aspect where they see these, because he's basically getting like high-figured people like Rudy Giuliani that make an ass out of themselves. He's taking people like with the rednecks where they're like, where he asks them what's worse, Democrats or the coronavirus?
Yeah.
And they're like, them damn Democrats. And then they're like talking about Hillary Clinton's a vampire and she was drinking the blood.
Yeah.
Children. Like the older generation, they're there for that, and they're like, you see, that's the crazy. That to me is like the propaganda part of the film where it shows you like Republicans are crazy.
But I don't even know if those guys
are the message he was pushing in the film.
But the thing is, those two guys were such a like polarizing part of the film. I don't even think they were real. I think they were like scripted in. I don't think they really believed that. I think they're just adding onto the fuel. You know what I mean? Like,
but my thing is, I feel like he should have showed some crazy ass people from the left as well. To balance it out.
Have more balance for sure. I agree with that. But it was like when he went to the speech and he was doing the country music, the crowd was real. You know what I mean? Like
that crowd was feeling that too. Chop him up like the.
I was like, this guy's doing like white boy calypso right now.
Like, inject him with the Wuhan flu.
Yeah,
they're enjoying that shit.
I was like, that crowd was real. That was like that. They were 100% real.
They said that he was booed off stage, but the thing is, he was booed, but it was like 20 minutes after the performance, and those people were enjoying it and they're dancing to the shit.
20 minutes is a long time on stage.
A long time. They're like, wait a second, you that Borat fella.
Borat? That's that rat boar.
That's that rat boy right there. After you did a sing along with the man, now you want to act all high and mighty, and then they release like a statement that like some BS like we're better than this and blah blah blah. You guys are just chanting about killing Obama and injecting him with coronavirus and all.
You get catch. That's what happened.
So yeah, I feel like this movie was like to expose the ugliness of America. And
to
expose, like, conspiracy theories, and because if you're looking at this movie from like a Canadian perspective, you're like, what the fuck is going on in America right now?
No, people are already thinking that, man.
Of course. Yeah.
That's why I'm like, to who? Like, it would have been dope if he did it for Republicans, like, so they could see it. You know, like maybe that was his strive.
I think this movie was to expose the ugliness of the Republican Party
of themselves. You know what I mean?
But my thing is, he should expose the ugliness of the Democrat Party as well.
Yeah, maybe after the election he'll make a part 3. You know,
because I'm just like they always say right wing, left wing. I always say those are two wings on the same bird.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is.
As hell too.
Yeah, both sides.
The racist ass bird might shit on you.
Yeah, but yeah, this movie had some good parts. Let's get into spoilers. How you feel?
Before getting spoilers, I'm gonna give it an 8.5. I think the ending really stuck the landing because it had some shakiness in the beginning, but I thought the film overall was solid, and then the ending just stuck the landing hard. Compared to the first film's better, but I think this is a good successor to the first film.
I enjoyed it a lot. I'm much older now, so the juvenile jokes and the "I'm wearing thong, look at me," was like, all right, man, like, come on.
Take my anus instead of my daughter.
It was so stupid. That was probably the only one I was like, let it. But I was like, let it go just a little further. Just wait a little longer. But
You
That's
want
what
to
I
see
was
the man dick flop out? Like,
yeah.
it's like he didn't know where it was. He's like, like I guess he had to reach in his diaper.
He was tucking in his shirt.
Who jumps on the bed like the fat penguin?
He's an old man.
Ah!
He's an old man. He probably can't even get it up.
He probably has a fanny pack in there. He's probably gonna pop a blue pill.
This is the problem. Like, okay, let's get past this so we can get into spoilers.
Okay.
I give it an 8, a solid 8. I'm definitely gonna go check out the original film because this was so good. It was funny, a little juvenile. I think I'm a little too my maturity level went up from before when this first one came out. So watching this now is like some of this shit's a little too juvenile, but some of the shit worked. So maybe want to go back and watch the other one. I enjoyed it a lot.
All right, what are we getting past? Just a review or what?
Yeah, let's get to the spoilers of this.
Spoilers? Okay. So I gave it a 8.5. Casey gave it an 8.
Yeah.
The film gets a 10 for me because it paved the way for all these YouTubers out here pranking and doing dumb shit. And
did Hit from the Streets do that first?
Twice. Because he tried with Bruno. He tried with The Dictator. So I was kind of shaky coming into this film. I was like, he tried 2 times. The third time may not be a charm. But he pulled it off with this one. So, spoilers.
Hits from the Street did it first.
Where is Hits right now?
That's the problem. We don't support our own culture, man. Or else he should be bigger. He should have been had his own movie.
Google during this review, where's Hits from the Streets? Last time I saw him was in How High.
The thing is with this, like you can't, if you're gonna pull something like that on Giuliani, you gotta go a little further so that there's no gray area. Because it was still a gray area. You could argue that he was just trying to tuck the mic in under his shirt. The argument could be there. I know what you're thinking. I know what people are thinking, but the argument is still there. Can't leave a gray area. You gotta let the dick pop out and then be like, you see. You know,
I feel like if the dick popped out, then he has to fight with a defamation or whatever, the defamation lawsuit
to be able to show it.
Yeah, Giuliani's a lawyer. I'm surprised they're able to show the footage that they had.
Yeah, because you're watching, you're like, I don't know. It has that gray
into
area.
A sneaky, room. He took off the mic. He was ready to get some action. Once the mic started coming off,
he was fixing his mic. You could easily say that.
She took the mic off. During the interview, he was being creepy. He was drooling and shit. He's like, oh, okay, sweetheart. Yeah.
He's like, I haven't felt this in a while.
He's probably like, my diaper is full, front and back.
What I liked how they flipped the stuff and was making fun of Melania Trump. Like they were like, she's gonna watch this movie now, and
the cartoon.
Yeah, Melania. With the cartoon movie, and even the character she was basically like, they're trying to say that's her story. Like back in her country, she would be in a cage in the rain outside sleeping.
Yeah, it was like an effed up Disney princess movie.
Yeah, I love the way they did that. That was dope. That was a dope little ether diss to the Trump
when
family.
Trump grabbed her by the pussy.
Yeah, and danced with her. I was like, oh man, yeah, that's good. Let her see this and be like, yeah, you see, you piece of shit, Trump. Like he's trying to start problems inside the household. That's what he's trying to do right there.
Trump don't sleep with her. He sleep with Stormy Daniels and all these other hookers out there.
Yeah, probably.
How you a boss, but you pay for pussy? Ain't no boss move. Come on. You ain't no damn boss. He paid more for pussy than he did in taxes.
$750.
No boss move.
$750.
He had to pay that girl all types of hush money with campaign funds.
Man.
Somebody donated money. He's like, I'm gonna pay for pussy with it.
It's kind of slick still, I can't lie. That's Stevie shit, man.
Trump is they put Nino Brown in the damn White House, man.
Yep. Trump is gonna go down in history as the most infamous, notorious president, man, of all time.
I gotta see that Trump movie though, man. Paying for pussy.
I'm not watching. I'm not paying to see that shit.
That shit's gonna be great. All right, back to Borat because I went on my rant laughing about Trump. The scenes with his daughter are great. The scenes with the Holocaust survivor, she actually passed away, and they dedicated the film to her towards the end. Her family's trying to sue because they didn't understand that Sacha Baron Cohen is Jewish, and that he portrays that character to basically make fun of like Holocaust deniers, because there's like a whole group out there that deny the Holocaust, and they also say the Earth is flat.
That's crazy.
When he came out with the long nose and like that's him, like satire.
Yeah, no,
caricature and satire to those type of people. and her family didn't understand that. So
Yeah.
because apparently he broke character and talked to the lady before he filmed that scene.
Good. Yeah. No, that's good. She had a lot of heart, man. Like the way she
Yeah,
handled
man.
it was great. That's a genius way of showing it to be like, if people who are one-sided see that and be like, yeah, that is how they are, and they're laughing at him coming in there, and then that happens, it kind of rocks them. You know, I would think it would rock a person.
Make you look at that man in the mirror, like Michael Jackson said.
That was a smart scene. I applaud that scene a lot for doing that for him.
So yeah, I feel like
that
this
in there.
movie had some heart, man.
The twist was great. That
Let's
was
talk
great.
about that twist, that he was the spreader of coronavirus.
That was amazing. That when that happened, I was like, wait, oh man, they got me. Because it did show him getting injected. It was like, what was that for? You know, they just slid it past quick, like while he's like getting dressed to go, and then he gets injected. He's like, I'm excited, I'm out of here. You know, and then turns out he was the one spreading it around, because it did show the boat go to Wuhan quick and go, but they had it in a different language, so it was hard to tell. But on the map, it showed him.
Yep, went to Wuhan.
And then they put it in
with Tom Hanks.
It's like, oh shit, man was spreading it the whole time.
That's a plot twist right there.
That was great. That's what gave this movie like.
Yeah, that's what gave it the 8.5 for me.
Jumped. Yeah, I really enjoyed.
And I was like, did he thoroughly plan that? I feel like they were doing the movie, the pandemic hit, and they're like, all right, we got to scrap what we have and let's hit the drawing board again and like try to salvage this film. And he did a great job.
Yeah, because while the movie's going on, the pandemic bigger and bigger. Like they weren't talking about the pandemic at the beginning of the movie, but when he met the two guys, they were like, "Oh, you can't do this because it's got the COVID going on, man." You know,
no, you're actually. I'm gonna correct you because during the Mike Pence scene, he was so happy. He's like, "We have 3 cases. We got under control, folks."
Oh yeah. You're right. Yeah, right.
I was like,
I forgot about that one.
I was like, that ain't gonna age well.
But you know what I'm talking about, like the gradual rise of it, and then the twist at the end. I was like, oh shit.
Pence was talking with so much confidence, like, we got it under control. We got these 3. It's our wrap.
Lies.
I was like, yeah, he's just talking out of his ass. And he's the person that's in charge of like coronavirus in America. He's the one that's supposed to be like taking care of like the PPE and making sure everything's situated. Yeah. Clearly, he just be talking out of his ass, and they showed that in the film.
Yeah.
Like we got 3, it was like 3 or 5 cases. He's like, we got under control, closed everything, make sure Muslims can't come in here. We're good.
Yeah. My only thing was like, okay, why did he want to give a monkey to Trump? Why a monkey? Like, what was that about?
I didn't understand the monkey storyline. I know the monkey is like the second smartest person in their town.
Oh, okay.
He wanted to be like, look at the intelligence from Kazakhstan. But his daughter ended up eating the monkey.
Yeah. That was the one part I was like, that's kind of stupid. This is
look 15.
Juvenile shit.
She looked like a 24-year-old.
Ah, she gotcha, huh? Gotcha.
She didn't look
careful
15.
out there.
She looked old as hell.
She looked super young when she was just like, looking homeless. Like, but after they fixed her up and gave her makeup, she looked 21.
She looked old.
I don't even know how old she actually is.
They got like a show on TV. It's called Younger, and it's like this older white lady pretending to be a 20-something-year-old. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, you look old though. I was like, this shit don't work.
She's probably 18 years old, 1996.
She looked old. So that part to me, I was like, I guess she's 15. I don't know. I'm not looking. Yeah. Giuliani was looking though.
Yeah, he was.
They took out the scene where
but they definitely set him up though. They made her look all dressed up. They cornered him in there in the room by himself.
He was hot and bothered, man. And then the funny thing is, like in the recent debate, Joe Biden made a statement saying like Rudy Giuliani is an idiot, and people just feed him like false information. He runs with it. And now this comes out. I was just like, damn, this is a smear campaign.
Yeah,
you could call it for what it is. It's a smear campaign.
My dumbass had to calculate that. So she's 24 years old.
She's 24?
The actor, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So they should have actually got like a 14-year-old actor. What do you think? Too risky? Too chancy?
Too risky with the damn pants thing. Nah.
Yeah.
You gotta, because I think kids can only work certain hours. You gotta get parents on set and stuff. So you have to have at least an 18-year-old.
Yeah.
So that's too risky.
Yeah. I'm surprised he signed off on that. I'm so shocked that he was like.
I don't know how he does the things he does. Because he got some other, like, it was a senator or somebody. He got them fired off of that This Is America or whatever show he had, where the guy pulled down his pants and he's like, "You can't take me down!" Like, like that's how you fight off homophobic people, by pulling down your pants and running at them ass out. Like, the guy did that on camera and got fired.
Wow. Yeah, they're smart about the way that they get people, though. Like the way they orchestrate the pranks. It's very well orchestrated to make people look pretty stupid.
He's actually beefing right now with Trump on Twitter because he's like, failed comedian Trump.
Yeah.
I was like,
that's
he's
insane.
Not failed. I was like, he got that movie on Netflix. He's probably gonna get Oscar nominated. Borat 2 is getting great buzz. I was like, I don't think he's that.
His role in Chicago 7.
Yeah,
this is like his year right now. This is time right now. He's killing it.
He failed bigly.
Yeah, right. Nah, he killed this movie, man. He killed it.
I thought he did great. Definitely check it out. It's on Amazon Prime. It's free.
Yeah.
I love all this free content, man.
It's not really free. We're paying for it monthly.
It's free if somebody pays for it.
Unless you got the ski mask. Get them passwords shared.
That's what family's for, okay?
Watch 2020. They say we can't share no passwords no more, man.
It probably will, man. 2020's been garbage.
Yeah, it really has. It has been trash.
Stop speaking all this negativity to the world, man. We're gonna wake up tomorrow. No more passwords.
Yeah. Xbox in the mail, but coming slowly. Oh man.
Oh Lord, I'll cry.
Yeah, I'll cry for that one. I'll drop a thug tear for that for sure. And the systems are only going to be online only at, like, I'm hearing at Walmart's and Best Buy. They're not bringing them in the stores day one. Heartbreaker.
Target's doing something where, like, if you want to pick up a system, you can't just go online and be like, I'm gonna buy all 20 of these like a bot. You have to physically show up and get one. You can only get one at a time. So it eliminates bots from buying 50 of them and turning around and reselling it.
Okay.
So they're basically using it as like an authentication factor. Like, you buy it, they're like, okay, you said you're gonna buy it. I need to see your face. I need you to show up.
Oh, okay. So but what if you have like your mom, your dad, your brother, your cousin, your sister, your girlfriend all signed up to get you one?
You could do that, but it's better than
you get 5 out of 7.
Computer buying 10 of them instantly in the checkout. It's gonna be one person at a time showing up and picking it up.
Mm-hmm. They're trying.
Give you a time frame to get it. If you ain't there, that's your ass.
Yeah, the shoe game like revealed all the holes. That's why I was saying what people do. What you're talking about is people already like found the holes in that for shoes.
Shoe game is too intense for me, man. Or some Jordans that they're gonna re-release again.
Which ones?
All of them, Casey. Which ones? All of them. Gosh, you fighting over some shit 2 more years later. They're back, baby, and better.
Yeah, someone done got shot in the back of their head over them. It's still stupid. It's really
and
dumb.
then you can't wear got blood on the J's.
Nike could be releasing these things every day, like a regular pair of shoes, but they're like, nah.
I just
500
buy Nike stock. I don't buy the shoes.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, people that fight each other for shoes.
What do you think of Kanye West on Joe Rogan? Did you check that out?
Did not watch that shit. I was like, I'm not giving this fool any more attention.
Yeah, I watched.
I heard he talked a whole bunch of nothing.
He just talked about himself too much. He was saying he was making more sense of what he's trying to do, but still, there's holes in his whole thing. But he was making more sense at least. But I just wish Joe Rogan challenged him a bit more and was like, "Come on."
Probably just fascinated. Probably just like, tell me more, Mr. Ye.
He was literally just like this, like, okay, like it was like the Kanye West show with Joe Rogan just like trying to understand what he's talking about. You know what I mean? Like retorting what he's saying.
Our review's over, right, Casey? Is gonna let people
yeah, the review's done.
I enjoy hearing people like Miss Pat. Miss Pat's one of my favorite like new comedians out there. She was on that show, The Cabin with Brett. What's his last?
Okay, I don't know, but I've seen her on the Joe Rogan Experience.
I want to say Brett Kavanaugh for some reason, but that's not. That's the senator guy. That's a pervert. But yeah, Miss Pat, she's really good. She's on that Cabin show on one of the episodes on Netflix, and she was on Joe Rogan before she did a review.
Yeah, that's where I've seen her. That's where I heard her.
Miss Pat's good. Like she's a very
funny.
interesting story. She went
and she's really good at telling stories.
Had her titty shot off. All types of crazy shit.
Jesus. You got to do all that to be a comedian nowadays?
I know. I was like, is it worth it?
Yeah.
Might have to
tell jokes.
Hang the mic up, Casey. I don't think I'm ready for all of that.
Just tell other people's stories.
Shoot your nipples off.
Yeah, man, it's craziness. Yeah. What else we got? I think that's about it. What else you got?
That's it for me, man. I'm excited to watch some of these dumb horror movies. You need to watch Fright Night.
Yeah, I'll probably throw that on this week sometime.
It's on Amazon Prime.
Oh, okay. You said Amazon Prime like you're like it's on Amazon Prime. Like it's on something.
No, like because you're like this nigga about to ski mask. Nope.
Yeah, exactly.
Amazon Prime.
Legally, yeah. All right,
Legally,
I'll check it.
And I'm gonna watch the first Freddy over.
Watch that.
I don't think he didn't bring the smoke like that vampire did in Fright Night. Day one.
When did Freddy 1 come out, man? I think
Day one. That little boy was looking through his window. He said, "All right, got something for your ass." Came to the man's house, locked his mom in the room, went into his bedroom, beat his ass, and then greased his girlfriend the next day. Because the movie starts off with the little boy trying to grease that girl. She's like, "No, I'm not ready." That vampire took them cheeks.
Mm-hmm.
That's rape, literally, because them vampires be seducing them. They be having pheromones or something.
1984 was Freddy Krueger: A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Okay, what was Fright Night?
Let me look. Let me see.
Let's look it up real quick.
Fright Night.
We off the rails right now.
Yeah, it's a podcast, man. They know what it is already. 1985. So Freddy came out a year before.
So they saw what Freddy did. They said we're gonna come harder.
Possibly.
We're gonna come harder.
I don't know, man. Freddy got that style though, man.
Man, that vampire dude had that style, man. He was smooth as hell.
That was an interesting time for movies. Holy.
It was wild back then. Yeah. Look at this shit, Casey.
Let me see this.
Woo!
Got the scarf and shit. Man got the scarf.
Man was clean. Look at that.
That's OG Candyman look right there.
Boy, they weren't ready for him, man. Look, that's what I'm about to grease the man's girl. Like, you don't want no teen.
Is that his girl or his mom?
That's the man's girl. You know, people are old as hell because of drugs. Yeah. The 80s were wild. Yeah, after he got that ass beat, he had crucifix everywhere. He walked the smoke the day after.
Yeah, I got to see this again.
Yeah, man. He whooped his ass. He was not ready for that, man.
It had a new version that wasn't bad
window. Little subtle things like that.
Yeah.
In this film.
It had a newer version, I think Colin Farrell.
Yeah, with Colin Farrell. Colin Farrell didn't bring the smoke like this.
Yeah, it wasn't as good.
There was more build up with Colin Farrell to actually approach the kid and like reveal that he's a vampire and whoop his ass.
Yeah, this one they got straight to the smoke. If I remember,
he didn't waste no time. It was
like the first night, right? It was something like.
I think the second night he called the man. He called the police on them, and he was like, "All right, this motherfucker here." And he came there the night after. Like I said, he locked the mom in the room, went in his room and beat his ass. And he told him if he made any more noise, he'll go in his mom's room and kill his mom too.
Gangster.
The boy, and then he basically told him, "I'll grease your girl later too." He's like,
"Jeez,
be that girl you with, blah blah blah," and he like winked at them. And then after he beat his ass, he called them, said, "I'm watching you."
Wasn't he like looking at him through the window or something like that? I gotta watch it again.
Across the street.
Yeah, he was looking at him.
All this shit I seen, man.
Yeah. The Colin Farrell one I think was too cold. It was trying to be like the Dark Knight, if I remember.
Yeah,
it was like
Colin Farrell was trying to be all cool and like.
It was too serious.
Leave me alone, bro. This guy wanted to smoke.
Yeah.
And was ready to grease his girl and told him he was gonna kill him and whoop his ass. Day one.
Straight up, he want all the smoke. He wants all the smoke.
So I like that, man. I like when the villain ain't out here playing these games.
Yeah. Yep. I'm gonna check that out.
There's one scene he went to the club and this black man tried to stop him.
I see the picture here of what you're talking about already.
It's still and all the other security guards like, "Oh no!" Like, this man clearly is a monster. They even try to question that he's a monster. It's just like, just leave, man. Watch it over, Casey.
Yeah, I gotta watch it this weekend sometime.
We're gonna do a retro review of Fright Night.
Absolutely.
All right, that's it for me. I'm gonna go eat dinner.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. This is Bacchanal Podcast. Again, make sure you go on iTunes, type in the Bacchanal, get these iTunes reviews in 5 stars,
yes.
And I'm gonna pull a random name, and you'll get that digital copy. I'm giving 2 now: a digital copy of Joker and a digital copy of Batman: Death and Family. And make sure that you follow us on Instagram, _Bacchanal, Bacchanal. And on Facebook, we are the Bacchanal Podcast fan page. Anything else, Casey?
Don't hang up yet. I just want to talk to you. But yes, this is
I don't
it,
like
man.
you. I don't want to talk to you.
You love me, baby. K to the C. Akil. It's us, man. Thanks for
All right, y'all.
Thanks everybody for listening.
Peace.
Peace.